Welcome to AGIC 2021, second year in a row of virtual. Who'd have thought it? Hope you're enjoying it. Hope you're having a great time mixing with colleagues virtually, but equally important, enjoying the presentations. This little snippet's a little bit about certified sustainable grain and the opportunity that this presents for Australian farmers and for Australian traders. So let's start by talking about what actually is certified sustainable grain. And really, certified sustainable grain is grain that's produced to achievable standards that are internationally recognised and most importantly, recognised by our end customers, the food, feed and beverage industry. So in Australia, what the grains industry has pretty much adopted wholeheartedly is the International Sustainability and Carbon Certification Scheme, the ISCC scheme. Last harvest, something like 5,000, little over 5,000 farms were accredited, and a little over 3 million tonnes of grain was traded as ISCC certified grain. That was across canola, barley, and oats and lupins. The ISCC scheme is built on 6 pillars. First one around protection of biodiverse and carbon-rich areas, and that's really the principal one and the most important. But then it goes into the 5 others of good agricultural practice, making sure there are safe working conditions on farm, that there's compliance with human, labour and land rights, compliance with laws and international treaties, and good management practices just generally for the farm. So why AOF and why ISCC? Well, certainly AOF has been involved with trading or the involvement with certified sustainable grain since 2009. Such that in recent years, something like 80% of the Australian canola crop's been certified. But to date, that process has been quite fragmented across a number of traders, and that was costly and also somewhat confusing in terms of messaging. So in 2018, the Australian Oilseeds Federation set about to establish the central office to simplify the process for canola. And we decided as an industry group and with support of our members to go with ISCC because it was internationally recognised. It's also finely tuned and it's well documented, not left with any doubt as to what's required. And it also has equivalence with the Sustainable Agricultural Initiative. And this is the initiative that most of our global and local end customers, the food, feed and beverage companies have signed up to their stakeholders, guaranteeing that they will strive to source certified sustainable agricultural inputs. So the SGA system's been designed to simplify the process with one common grower declaration form, one common management team, one common process across the whole gamut, a consistent and common communication to all growers and traders, greater access for smaller exporters, making it more readily accessible and cheaper. There are less audits now for growers. There's strong assistance for participants for farms that are requiring audits. There's a lot of assistance that's provided by SGA, Sustainable Grain Australia. The whole program is ministered by the Australian Oilseeds Federation, but it's actually delivered through third-party commodity inspection services. And while it was initially developed for canola for the EU biofuels market, it has extended to barley and oats last year and will extend further this year. It's also been modified to more readily accept and support smaller traders and exporters. The SGA process starts like all trading, contract between trader and farmer, and then the trader having a contract with an end customer. But where this differs is that there's now one common grower declaration, and that's facilitated by the National Grower Register, and those grower declarations are then accessible by the trader. And that information then goes to Sustainable Grain Australia and is married up with the trade details provided by the trader. And those growers that then participate go into what's called the grower pool. And out of that grower pool, a small portion, in fact, the square root of the number of growers, so if there were, say, 4,900 to make it easy, there'd be 4,900 growers, there'd be 70 growers being audited. And the SGA Central Office provides a lot of assistance and support in those growers looking to participate in an audit. And then there's the final piece of the jigsaw, and that's the AGIC certifying body. So this is an external party that comes in and audits the growers and also audits the central office. And it's after that process that the grain is then confirmed and certified as being sustainable. So who pays for this process and how much is it? Well, the AGIC central office and the SGA scheme is currently fully funded by traders and exporters. There's no cost to growers. It's a fee-based model based on a per farm fixed fee and then a variable entry and annual fee according to the size of the trader and the exporter. In a nutshell, that's what Sustainable Grain Australia is all about. And it's part of the process to help Australian grain growers access more markets internationally and reinforce their good and great sustainability credentials. Why don't you stop by the stand and have a look at some of the brochures and other material that we have available for you. Makes great reading and you get fully informed. And if you've got any more questions, don't hesitate to contact us on the stand through the Contact Us facility. Have a great conference.